Alright guys, welcome back to What If Cell Went Too Far Back. I'm enjoying this series, hope you're enjoying it too. With all that being said, let's get into the Buu saga. We cut to the Saiyans. They're all training to get stronger, training to get better, training to evolve themselves. No matter how hard they train, they would never be as strong as Cell. Cell himself did train too. He did have some of Frieza's potential, but it wasn't nearly enough to reach gold or anything crazy just by training. However, Cell would remember something. He had the power to see the future, and every once in a while he would see visions of a pink blob, a pink guy named Buu, who would attack them all. He'd be ready to fight Buu. He would also have visions of him turning things into candy, visions of him splitting in half. All these visions gave Cell ideas of what powers Buu would have. As the months passed, eventually, one day after so long, Cell would have a vision of Supreme Kai coming to him, and soon enough, it did happen. As Cell was on his throne, talking to the Saiyans, Supreme Kai Shin walked up to him. Cell would smirk and say, "Oh, Shin, it's you." Shin would look and say, "How do you know my name?" "A long-time guy wished to see the future. I know what you're here about. You're here for Majin Buu." Shin would nod and say, "Yes. Do you know where he's going to show up?" Cell would say, "No, I have visions, but I can't control when it happens." Shin would then tell everyone where Majin Buu was going to show up, somewhere on Earth. Babidi trapped him there, and Earth was the planet where Cell came from, and a planet where Goku came from, so I hope it's important to them. If not, Buu will threaten the entire universe anyway. So they all nodded and as they all landed on Earth, they began to follow Shin. Shin knew where they were at. As they followed them, Cell would start to think, what can I do now? Surely Majin Buu can't be that powerful. He's just a pink blob, right? The visions say he's awoken. Cell had an idea. His plan was to give Bobby enough energy so he can awaken Majin Buu. Cell hasn't really had a good fight in such a long time. As long as he doesn't get turned into candy, he could probably win. As Cell, Shin, and the others all landed, they began to look down upon Babidi and his minions. As suddenly, one of them was hiding their ki as they would charge towards Goku, and Goku would turn around and blow him up. As then, Deborah would show up and try to spin on all of them after killing Kibito, but they all dodged and Cell kicked them down to the floor as he looked. "So you're the mighty demon king, tell me, do you demons feel fear?" Cell would say, smirking, as Deborah looked up at him and say, "Cocky bastard. I'll show you what true fear really is." As then he flew into the spaceship, so did Babidi and his minions. So Cell and the rest of them went after him. Shin said, "Wait, it's obviously a trap." Cell would say, "No, duh, I don't care. Trap or not, we're gonna go right through it. Because I'm the perfect bee and nothing can stop me." As then they all jumped down. Cell then got a vision of Goku going Majin. And this excited Cell. Cell would go and start to talk to Goku privately. Goku would look at him and say, "Did I do something wrong, Dad?" "No." Cell would say, "I want you to let Babidi control you, at least for a bit. I need enough energy to awaken Majin Buu." Goku would say, "Why do you want that to happen?" "So I can fight him, of course. I want to fight him at his best. I want a true fight to push me. For that, I need Majin Buu to be awoken, so I want you to go Majin and begin to fight Vegeta and Nappa when the time comes." Goku would nod and agree. Goku trusted his father. Even though it seemed like a bad idea, his father raised him, and Cell was always there for him, so he had no choice but to agree, at least in his mind. Eventually, though, a fighter would appear. His name was Pui Pui. Pui Pui began to get his fist out, as Cell and the Saiyans would play rock, paper, scissors to see who gets to fight him. Shin would look at him and say, "Sure that you don't want to fight Pui Pui one by one?" He would say, "Why not? It'll be fair, one-on-one fight, yeah." As they played rock, paper, scissors, Pui Pui would just watch confused. He's never been treated like this before. He's used to being treated like a warrior, not some prize that someone gets to fight. Eventually, though, Nappa won. As Nappa got ready to fight Pui Pui, Nappa turned Super Saiyan. "All right, Pui Pui, show me your true power." Pui Pui smirked and said, "You're gonna regret this," as he charged at Nappa, but Nappa just punched him straight to the floor. As he got up, Nappa just hit him again and again. And he even went out of Super Saiyan. "I thought you were hiding your power. It seems like this is really all you have. That's kind of sad and pathetic." Pui Pui would yell at Nappa, saying, "Turn back." But he couldn't. He couldn't get Nappa to turn back to his full power. Nappa wasn't taking Pui seriously, and Pui didn't deserve it. Eventually, though, Babidi would transport him to his home planet to give Pui an advantage. The gravity there was 10 times. Yeah, not really that impressive. If it was 100 times, maybe he'd have a chance, but 10? That's just nothing. Pui would charge at Nappa. Nappa would just get tired of him, blowing him up. That takes care of that. Vegeta would say, "You should have done that before." Nappa said, "Well, I wanted to see if he was stronger in his home planet. I guess not." They all decided to go further down, as the next match was Yakon. Yakon looked scary. He was like a beast, a monster, and he had a special ability to absorb light. They didn't know who was going to fight him, so Vegeta, Goku, and Cell all played rock, paper, scissors. And, well, Vegeta won. Vegeta then smirked and said, "Let me show you the power of the Prince of all Saiyans." As Yakon looked down at Vegeta, ready to devour him. As it turned dark, Vegeta would still punch him, saying his breathing and his terrible smell give him away. This would piss Yakon off. As then Vegeta turned Super Saiyan, Yakon would absorb the power. That's when Vegeta had an idea. As we turned Super Saiyan again and again and again, as Yakon got more and more power, he got fatter and fatter and fatter until he blew up. This caused Babidi to shake in fear. His minions were dying one by one. The only person that could stop him is Deborah. He had to find someone who could help him, but who? As Deborah went out to fight Cell, Babidi had an idea. He could mind control one of them. At first, he would try to take Vegeta since he was the prince, but Vegeta wouldn't let him. In this timeline, he stayed strong and didn't let him mind control him. Cell would see this as he was fighting Deborah and actually be proud of Vegeta. Then he would try Nappa, but that failed. Then he would try Goku, desperately, panicking, but Goku let him. Goku let him in so he could fight Vegeta and Nappa and get enough energy for Cell. As he began to scream in agony, scream in pain, an M appeared on his forehead. Then he punched Vegeta straight to the floor. As Vegeta got up and began to fight him, so did Nappa. Nappa and Vegeta fought Goku, as Goku then turned Super Saiyan 3, showing off a new form, a form he unlocked through the Majin power-up. This shocked everyone, including Cell. As Cell looked on, proud, he then looked at Deborah. "Alright, I don't really need you anymore, Deborah. I think you got enough energy for Majin Buu." "Got enough energy? What do you mean?" Cell says, "I want him to be reawakened so I can have a challenge." Deborah would then look at Cell. "You're crazy." "Maybe I am, but at least I'm not dead." Cell then began to charge a Kamehameha. As Deborah tried to spit on Cell, he would simply dodge it and shoot Deborah straight in the face, killing him instantly. As he fell to the floor, Cell could then go after Babidi, but he didn't. He decided to watch. He watched as Goku fought Nappa and Vegeta and began to win, and more energy was being put in. As Babidi finally got enough to awaken Majin Buu, Goku then kicked Vegeta to the floor, as then he fell down, passing out and using too much stamina. Cell would say, "Seems like he has a stamina drain, too bad." Nappa would say, "He betrayed us." "No, I told him to do that." Shin would say, "Why the hell would you do that?" "Because I wanted Majin Buu to be awakened. I wanted someone to challenge me. I wanted a good fight." Cell would then laugh. And suddenly, Babidi would come out with Majin Buu, as Cell would get ready to fight. He's been waiting for this forever. A fighter who can challenge him, a fighter who can push him, and a fighter that can bring him to his limits. The Saiyans were shocked on what Majin Buu looked like, but Cell wasn't. Cell began to fight Majin Buu. Even though Majin Buu wasn't the smartest, he had a great fighting technique, and he could learn any abilities by seeing it once. He also had many different unique abilities. Cell was having a good time. But Babidi kept yelling at Buu to finish him and do that and do this. Eventually, Cell got tired of that and said, "Hey, Buu, why do you let that guy boss you around? Because he can seal Buu away." Cell then grabbed Babidi by the throat, saying, "Here, you can't talk, so he can't seal you away." Buu says, "You a genius," as Buu then killed Babidi. As then Cell and Buu began to battle. Cell was extremely powerful since he's been training ever since he's been perfect. But Majin Buu was also very powerful, and Majin Buu was actually giving Cell a good workout. Majin Buu wasn't a threat to Cell, but he enjoyed fighting him, and they both actually had fun. Cell then had an idea. "Hey, Buu, you're having fun, right?" "Yes, Buu, have fun." "Then why don't you join me? We can have fun, we can fight together, and you can help me out, and we can play fun games." Buu thought about it, he agreed. He agreed to join Cell. It looks like Cell had a new friend, and everything was going just well. And that's where I leave things off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of the video down below. And I hope you're enjoying the series so far. The next video will be into the Super Saga, so I hope you're enjoying it. Peace out, yo.